It's been almost 3 whole years since I attempted to upload my first review. Despite uploading videos on an on and off schedule, I like to think I've improved vastly over that first video. But one thing that has stuck with me since that year is the other R.L. Stine movies. I said in my first review, I do like some of Stine's work, and I still stand by that. Even with his stories being for kids, he and the works that bear his name can be disturbing, if not downright scary, even to an adult like me. But the movies based on his work are a completely different story. I'll fully admit, my review of Don't Think About It was very flawed. But I still don't think the movie is that good either. The characters were one-dimensional cardboard cuts with barely any character development, and for all the build-up the movie makes for the monster of the movie, it's pretty disappointing. Especially with the way the monster is destroyed. Now with that attempt to rectify an old sin out of the way, let's talk about another movie based on the work of Stine. Mostly Ghostly. Released straight to DVD in 2008 and on Disney Channel on Halloween the same year, Mostly Ghostly has been met with near universal meh. People seem to be split on it. Some say it's good, others say it's bad. Will this movie manage to impress me more than Don't Think About It? Or does it belong in the graveyard? Let's find out as we take a look at Mostly Ghostly. The movie opens on something that immediately makes me flash back to Don't Think About It. But hey, at least skeletons are scarier than not really creepy Halloween decorations. We then cut to a nice, bright night. Interesting choice. Nevermore! Nevermore! Nevermore will there be a good R.L. Stine movie! The bird cracks open to reveal our main antagonist for the movie on a crappy green screen effect.
Please, come closer. Too close, a little too close.
We're then introduced to our main character, Max. Yeah, getting real creative with these character names, are we? Max is played by Sterling Beaumont, who you might remember as Sludge from the Astro Boy movies, Mark from Hellsing Ultimate. Look, he's hardly been in any leading roles in anything else, and if his acting in this is anything to go by, that's not very surprising. So guess what Max wants to be? A dentist. Oh yeah, he also uses these words his dog found for every magic trick he ever does.
I must have forgot to say the magic words. From the light of earth the dark descends, should they return that all depends.
I mean, on their own, the words are fine, kind of cryptic and mysterious. But he uses them so often throughout the movie, you just get sick of it. Plus, why would he think those would make a good magic spell chant? Think of all the spell names in Harry Potter. Expecto Patronum, Levicorpus, Accio, Stupefy, and many more. Short, simple, and to the point. Imagine if, instead of those, they had to say Max's word instead. From the light of earth the dark descends, should they return the— Ah!
For my next trick, I need an ordinary, empty hat.
Archimedes! No! It's filthy in there.
And now I shall make the celery disappear.
Worst magic trick ever. Oh yeah, Max also has an older brother. But since he adds absolutely zero to the plot, I'm just going to pretend he doesn't exist. We're then introduced to Max's parents. Mom, played by Kim Rhodes, and Dad, played by David DeLuise. Two other Disney Channel actors that somehow got roped into this.
Max, I just put up a new net. Colin and I are gonna shoot some hoops, then we're gonna go for a run.
It's like 11 o'clock! So Max's mom tells him to go down to the basement, where the lights predictably start going out. Worst protagonist ever. When he thinks a monster is there, he even tells it to take his dog. Can we please get Cassie back? I miss her. So Max hears some noise behind the wall and comes across, a bad effect! We then get to see what's behind the wall, as our villain fears—
that's with a PH, not an F.
Yes, really, played by Brian Stepanek, yes, also really, gives us some exposition.
Mr. and Mrs. Rowland have been banished for eternity, but their children, Nikki and Tara, are still out there. If they have knowledge of the chant, the expulsion spell, and if they find the castaway ring, whose stone has the light of 3 suns, they could banish us to the depths of the earth.
Everybody got that?
To be honest, fears is probably the best thing about this movie. Brian Stepanek just overacts and chews the scenery as much as he possibly can, and it's just such a joy to watch. It's at least better than whatever everyone else in this movie calls their excuse for acting. We're then introduced to our other two main characters, Tara and Nikki, played by Madison Pez and Luke Benward. They're ghosts who somehow don't know that they're ghosts. How that works is anyone's guess.
Ghost! 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 Ah! I can't see you! I can't see you!
What? No, don't fade out. What just happened? Okay, they do kind of explain it later, but it never happens to them again for the rest of the movie. I guess the editor just wanted to show off his amazing fade effect. I can do that too, guys. Not that impressive. So anyway, the next morning Max is eating breakfast, where nothing important happens. His dad comes in and...
How long does it take you to break something in? I mean, you've been flapping around in that thing for over a week. It's not like when Colin got his new football helmet on his head. Now that's something worth breaking in.
Yeah! Sports! Football! Wrestling! Hockey! Baseball! Cricket! And then this happens. I am not going to dignify this movie with a Sixth Sense reference.
Does anybody hear that?
Yeah, it's the bus. Hurry up, babe, you're gonna be late.
So while on the school bus, you know, I could acknowledge the stereotypical bully character, but I'm too distracted by the vampire sitting right behind them. Seriously, why is she so pale? So at school, oh, give me a break.
Knock it off, Slow Mobius!
This is Tracy, the object of Max's affection, played by Lindsay Lohan's younger sister, Allie Lohan. No, cut it! She was like 16 when she did this! Seriously, what is the point of this? To show us that Max has a thing for Tracy? We already know that. To show us that he wants to be a magician? We already know that too. This is just padding. So after Max's pointless fantasy nearly puts me on the FBI watch list, he runs off after her. Slow down! The cameraman can't keep up with you!
Hey, I was wondering if you... What? I was wondering...
later, Max.
Wait!
Well, that did the opposite of accomplish anything. So Tara and Nikki come back from wherever they went, and after wasting more time, they go into Max's house, which used to be their house. I said they go inside Max's house. I said, finally.
Hi, Billy Mays here. Why am I smashing my hand with this hammer? To show you the amazing protection you get.
So nothing happens for like 5 minutes until Max comes in and finds he can see Tara and Nikki. And I'd just like to point out that we're about half an hour into this hour-and-a-half movie, and our main characters are just now meeting each other. And you might be wondering, how can Max see the ghosts? That's a good question. Tara and Nikki go into the kitchen where they meet up with that ghost from earlier, but she doesn't stay around for long.
I feel so weak. Maybe I should start working out.
But long enough to give some exposition.
Your parents, they found the tunnel. They locked up all the evil ghosts, but fears. He plans on letting them all out on Halloween when he's at his full power. Only the living can go into the tunnel and return. Only the living can help.
How do you know that?
Oh, I'm fading again. Testing 1, 2.
And we never see her again for the rest of the movie. Yeah, for all we know, she's probably gone for good. Hey, that's not fair. I want out of this movie too.
Are you this guy Fears?
You've seen a tunnel?
No, and I don't know anything about your parents. I'll show you what ghosts can do if they don't get the right answers.
Yeah, how dare you not know the answer to our questions that you couldn't possibly know? We'll show you! Our heroes, everybody!
I'll help you. Just put everything back the way it was.
Okay.
Yeah, just play the same footage in reverse, it saves money. So Max takes his dog out so he can talk with the ghosts, where he explains his dog found those magic words in the backyard.
Maybe Mom and Dad left us a note. We'll dig in the backyard.
Who's gonna explain the huge mess to my parents?
Don't worry. We always clean up after our messes.
If you guys have to dig, can you please wait until after my parents go to bed?
What time do they sleep? 5 in the morning? So after that, Max goes off on his own and...
I was gonna say let's split, but this is ridiculous.
Hey, leave the bad jokes to me. So blah blah blah, threat, 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 wait.
When was the last time you saw your parents grovel for mercy?
My cousin Skeeter's piano recital?
Was that just a funny joke?
In the light of Earth, the dark descends. Should they return, that all depends.
Don't ever say those words again.
I'm with him. So Fears goes to his lair place to exposit some more, where he comes up with a plan.
What if I could travel amongst them, move about in secret disguise as one of them?
What if God was one of us? Just a stranger on the bus.
So Max goes up to his room where nothing happens. If you were to make a drinking game out of every time something important happens in this movie, you'd maybe be a little bit tipsy by the end. His mom comes in with a book she wants to give him.
Picked up this book on wizards, shaman, and sorcerers.
It's pronounced shaman. Unless it was a book about shaman. The next morning, Nikki is fooling around.
I've got to do this.
Whoa, did I smoke some bad weed? So Tara has apparently been in Max's computer. Nobody tell Phaelus he might have a stroke if he finds out this movie has an internet ghost. She found some important stuff that I don't care about, and Nikki tries, and I mean tries, to have a character moment.
Tara? I really miss Mom and Dad.
No. You haven't earned that. This character has been nothing but a jerk to Max and everyone else he's come across. Why should I feel sorry for this jerk just because he's just now decided to show an emotion other than having that smug look on his face? You're not Raphael, knock it off! Plus the moment is ruined by this.
You been in a toilet?
Yeah.
Good job! So Tara and Nikki help Max by beating up and humiliating his bully character. At school, Max is approached by Tracy, and she asks to be his assistant. That took me like 5 seconds to sum up. How long does this scene go on for? About 1.5 minutes. So back at Max's house, Nikki is looking for Fear's tunnel, with some admittedly actually nice looking effects. He manages to find the tunnel in the basement, and...
You asked for it.
Oh, what, didn't want to add some pinball machine sound effects? Or would that have been too lowbrow for you? Nikki tells Tara about the tunnel, and they waste some more time with another admittedly not too bad of an effect. So at school, this barely established character comes across a rat, and Fears comes out of it.
I was frozen today!
I had to.
Smaller is scarier.
Oh, Fears, why couldn't this whole movie be about you? So Tara finds Max and she tells him about the tunnel.
Look, Tara, I need some really cool magic stuff. Things flying, disappearing, really awesome.
Ghost or not, she's a person, not your own personal wish butler, you little wipe. And in case you couldn't tell, Tara's jealous of Allie because, predictably, she likes Max. So the best part of the movie comes back and decides to finally get the plot moving, as he grabs Tara and runs off with her. And we get to enjoy some more of Stepanic's overacting.
That sound. His bicuspids look spectacular. We should take those out first. Remember, always floss. I, unfortunately, never did.
After Fears leaves, the door unlocks and lets everyone else in.
Who's Tara?
Who's this person we can't see?
She's just part of my magic. Was part of my magic act.
Okay, we'll just accept that and move on. What's this? A scene with Dad and Colin that takes place during the day?
God be praised.
So Dad tells Max he can't come inside until he scores 10 points against his brother. So with a little help from Nikki, he scores 16. Yeah, way to go, you overachiever. He then goes inside where he reveals to Nikki that Fear's got Tara. So with less than 30 minutes left in the movie, Nick sends Max through the wall into the world of dollar store Halloween decorations. Actually, I have to give this scene some credit, since it's one of the only scenes that doesn't take place in Max's house or the school. So after sneaking around for a while, Max hears Tara's voice talking to him.
It's okay. Just like when Nikki and I are in your world. You're the only one who can see us. Here, I'm the only one who can see you.
I know that because shut up! Are they just making up rules as they go along? So Max sneaks past the rejects from the Jedi Order and finds Tara, where she gives him some more exposition.
Only the living can make it out of here. Until tomorrow night. That's when Fierce is planning to release all these spirits.
All 12 of them.
I want you to go back and do your show tomorrow night. And make sure Nikki is there helping.
But why?
You'll see. And I want you to take this. Find the ring inside. And make sure you wear it tomorrow night.
It's Fear's. It's Fear's, isn't it? I mean, they already showed us he can shapeshift. And since she's talking so uncharacteristically cryptic, how could it not be Fear's? So Max leaves the tunnel with the box, but not before engaging in what looks like a quick-time event from a video game.
I'm back.
Max and Nikki open the box and find a ring inside.
She just said to do the show tomorrow night and be sure that you were there.
Sounds like a trap. Okay, let's do it. And then the movie basically recaps itself for those that just came in late, I guess. That, or to pad out the movie some more. The only good thing about this scene is this.
Can I have a glass of water?
Oh, Fears. You're the only thing that stops this movie from being completely horrible. So Max goes to school for his big show, and his incredibly underwhelming magic show.
Witchcraft.
I need a volunteer from the audience. You, sir. I want you to pick a card. But wait, don't come to me. The deck will come to you.
Wow, that's amazing. Look, I can do it too.
3 of hearts.
Was your card the 3 of hearts?
Yeah, David Blaine's got nothing on this.
A cockroach? Well, I guess we aren't the only audience watching the show tonight.
What? But fortunately, Fears shows up and unleashes Adobe After Effects on everybody. Why he had to show up at the school to open the tunnel right outside his lair is anyone's guess. So Fears ghouls are unleashed on the world where they start to bother people mildly. Huh. So this movie is what inspired the villain in Ghostbusters 2016.
Children will be pestered limb from limb in front of their own parents. The parents will be pestered in half, and pestered in half again.
So Fears grabs Nikki, but Tara shows up only to get caught.
Purpose, ladies and gentlemen!
Wait, so that wasn't Fears earlier? It really was her? Then why was she talking so cryptically? I get the feeling that that's what they were trying to set up, but they just didn't know how to finish it, and then they just decided to scrap it, but they left in the cryptic talking earlier. Okay, so Max enters the tunnel and then he starts talking to who he thinks is Tara, but secretly Fears. And then Fears gives him the box so that he can set up a trap for later. Okay, so how do we resolve that? I have no idea. Lunch? Lunch. The ring from the box lights up and reveals the rest of the poem. If only it were a Green Lantern ring. So somehow everyone reciting the chant somehow banishes the evil ghosts. Goodbye, Fears. You were the only good thing in this movie. Well, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it? And Max's dad just now accepts him.
I've been trying to get you into sports and to keep up with Colin, and forget it. You really found your true calling, and I want you to know I back you 100%. You made this the best Halloween ever.
Yeah, no need for development or anything like that. I just accept you for who you are because pixie dust. And I can just sum up this entire ending scene in 4 words. Don't hold your breath.
Now with fears out of the way, we can really concentrate on finding your parents.
Don't hold your breath that that'll happen anytime soon.
A little more investigating, we should be hooking up with them soon.
Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Brian Supak doesn't come back for the sequel. So that was mostly ghostly, and I think it's actually worse than Don't Think About It. No, I still think Don't Think About It is objectively very good, but at least knew what it was and felt like an actual A, G-rated horror movie, and B, an actual movie. This movie just feels like an episode of Goosebumps that just got extended to an hour and a half. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised to find out if that's what actually happened. Scenes don't really flow together, they just kind of happen, then stop, and move on to the next one. And with its over-reliance on bad green screen effects that I could probably do better, an all-star cast playing in less than stellar performances, and lots of padding, this movie is just painful. And can you believe they actually made a sequel 6 years later, even though no one cared about the first movie enough? See you in 2 weeks.
Can I have a glass of water?